These are my friends.
These are my friends.
Welcome to These Are My Friends.
Welcome to These Are My Friends. These are my friends. That's Dylan. I'm Dan.
And today we talked about creepy lyrics on Mr. Neil Sedaka.
Yeah. Yeah, there's definitely, we keep revisiting creepy lyrics once in a while, and it turns out that people from the past are creepy.
Yeah. I think as the day grows old, we get creepier. And then we move on to death. A little bit of death. There's a crazy story out of Colorado at a funeral home. And that's all I'm going to give you.
That's a pretty wild one.
Yeah.
Just a bit of a trigger warning, a little bit.
And then we go down a kind of a route of introspective about like the subject of death.
Appreciating life and just how to look at life. Just a little bit of perspective, I guess.
And life, and appreciating life. Yeah, that's a better way to put it.
Nonsensical rambling, really.
It's like you came into our shower and started rambling.
You walked into this shower.
Yeah, you walked into our shower. Yeah.
By the way, does it have to?
I'm in here.
Could it just be like a living room?
Well, if you're in here, then let's talk
rambling. Politics or death or something.
Yeah.
Now that you're in the shower with me.
Well, and then we got another story from our friend, our listener, Jube.
The homie, Jub. Don't say Jujube. I think it's derogatory.
Jube. Yeah,
don't say it again.
Oh, okay. Budge.
Twice.
Yeah.
You're reversing that.
Beetlejuice.
This whole time I thought he was just screwing around and I was like playing along. But no, it's really someone who listens to this podcast who is not Dylan or I. So thank you very much for your time, Jub.
We do appreciate it.
Big love to the Jub.
Big love to the Jub. Love Jub.
And thanks for the sub.
Yeah.
These are my.
Thank you.
These are my friends. Hello, please.
Let's begin.
Hello? Can you hear us in the back of the studio? I think. Yeah. Check.
Man, I wish my eyes were better.
Who is that back there? Susan? Get Daryl. Yeah.
From Daryl's Deals fame. Save on. Now owns Quality Foods. You know what I'm talking about?
Darren Day?
No,
that's a different guy. That's that guy with the rapper son, right?
Right. Yeah.
Not rapper, but like singy guy.
Real estate motherfucker. Yeah. Man, I swore in the first 5 seconds.
Cut.
I'm not allowed to do that.
We'll start again. And hello, it's two very classy gentlemen.
These are our friends.
These are our friends. No, these are my friends.
These are my friends.
They're mine.
They're mine.
Okay, they're ours.
They're ours. They're everybody's.
These are our friends. Well, those few, we noticed that there are a few of you that have been returning to listen to our endeavors, and whatever it is that we just did will ensure that you leave and never come back. Sorry for that.
We wish you all the best.
All the best for the rest of your life, because no, if they've stuck it out this far, then they understand what we're all about.
You understand us, and we appreciate you. So first off, I just want to go with a redaction.
Uh-oh.
Or no. Wait. Actually, you're correct.
Oh, he's redacting his redaction?
Redacting the redaction. Yeah.
Oh.
That's a cool metal band.
No.
You were exactly right. No, I'm not going to say exactly right. You were
so close. Damn it, I swore. Nuts.
Mainly right about the Tom Cochran story about big leagues.
Oh, okay.
Remember we said we'd come back to that?
Oh, okay.
So it was about a boy who was going to be a good hockey star and then passed away, but this is what happened actually.
Right. Oh, you got the legit story, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So one of our fan base, Jub, he was the one who actually was listening, and he said like, yeah, you guys basically got it right, but then he sent me the real story of it.
We have to keep saying his name is Jub, but that's better. No, we'll leave it at that.
Jub. Yeah. I mean, shout out to you, man.
Yeah.
Basically what happened is, I'm not going to read this whole thing. Basically, Tom Cochran was at a hockey game or whatever. And
just hanging around a hockey game.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
No, it doesn't matter. Basically, he was talking to a guy who, that doesn't matter where he was. He was talking to a gentleman whose son
was a hockey kid and passed away. And but the son's favorite song was Boy Inside the Man, which is a different song by Tom Cochran.
Yeah.
And then Tom Cochran he heard that is the dad that he was talking to said, my son's favorite song, like past tense.
Yeah.
So then he realized the kid was dead.
Yeah.
Passed away. And then he went into it a bit, was a up and coming hockey star and stuff like that, passed away. And then he wrote the song Big Leagues about the kid.
I think he ended up getting hit by a truck or his car was T-boned or something. I think I read that. Yeah. But anyway,
yeah, I didn't go that far.
Regardless, it doesn't matter. Basically, it was just a terrible accident, and that is what the song was about.
Right.
But it
So
wasn't
he
necessarily about Tom's son. It was about a guy who he met, and this story had moved him. All right.
Precisely. So you were right. So there you go. We don't need to do a redaction. You nailed it.
Okay. Geez.
Yeah.
I still don't know if I feel right or not, but anyway, it was still a bummer.
It's but it wasn't John Cougar Mellencamp. That's one thing we did get. No, we corrected that pretty quickly.
All right. Well, that's good.
And speaking of Jub, he loved the story that you read of his. He apologizes ahead for not fully translating it out of Turkish.
Yeah, well, we can have our people look into it, that Jub. You can send it ahead of time and we can just take a bit of time to process it maybe.
And then,
But that's not to say that I don't respect, you know what, actually, no, just keep it coming. It was perfect exactly the way it was. He
actually says he needed vengeance for that, and he has a new one, but that we'll read later. We'll read it later in the episodes. You have to stick around to listen to that.
Vengeance being
revenge
carried out on us.
Redemption is the word I was looking for.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he needed redemption.
Seeking vengeance. Oh no, he's seeking redemption. That's better.
He's seeking redemption for his broken English story, and he wrote us a new one apparently. Haven't read it yet, and he sent it via email this time. It's not on text, and he spent some time autocorrecting it.
36 English classes since the last episode. So
he boned up.
He's ready. Whoa,
he boned up for show.
What does that mean?
I don't know, man.
Did you just make that? You can't just say it like it's it
is.
It's better to just
boning up on your shit. Boning up. You've never heard that?
Oh yeah, use that in a sentence in the dictionary. Boning up on your shit. Oh, okay. Well, that helps me understand.
Fair enough. Yo, dog, I boned up on my shit, man. Yeah.
And now I understand calculus. Yo,
I just boned up, dog. All right. So we were kind of talking about this before because you were watching a guy on YouTube who was reacting to Catch a Predator. Dan Hansen. Why do I keep calling him Dan Hansen? It's what's his name? Ian Hansen.
What? This is the best podcast in the whole world, everyone.
To Catch a Predator. What's his name?
Oh, Chris
Hansen. Thank you.
Anyway, these blokes were watching and reacting to them, and now we're reacting to our past reaction to the. Oh, never mind. Go ahead.
So it actually is just small world. So I'm going to read you some lyrics. And
did you run into Chris lately?
Yeah.
Did he pop up?
I pulled suddenly? It out. Yeah, I pulled it out. I got the transcripts. Yeah. Would you have a seat? So here, I'm gonna read it in its full and just tell me what you think. Okay. This is your reaction to these lyrics. Tonight's the night I've waited for because you're not a baby anymore. You've turned into the prettiest girl I've ever seen. Happy birthday, sweet 16. What happened to that funny face? My little tomboy now wears satin and lace. I can't believe my eyes. You're just a teenage dream. Happy birthday, sweet 16. When you were only 6, I was your big brother. Then when you were 10, we didn't like each other. When you were 13, you were my funny Valentine. But since you've grown up, your future is sewn up. From now on, you're gonna be mine. So if I should smile with sweet surprise, it's just that you've grown up before my very eyes. You've turned into the prettiest girl I've ever seen. Happy birthday, sweet 16. Written by a guy who was 25.
Who was 25?
And sung by a guy who was 22.
So wait.
So the songs, obviously, what it is.
Oh, that's what it makes me want to do is my brain starts doing addition, subtraction. What the how old's this dude?
So the song is Happy Birthday,
I want to see
16.
some ID here.
Yeah, right.
That's what it makes me say. It's say again.
Yeah, it's Happy Birthday, Sweet 16 is the song by Neil Sedaka. It came out in 1961. I mean, there's a bunch of songs like that, like Christine 16 by Kiss.
Yeah.
And then George Harrison has one as well. But I just heard it on the radio today. So when I was listening, and I was listening to the lyrics, it was just holy shit, that's so fucked up. And I'm guessing 16 is the cutoff back in the 60s.
I guess so. That's when you're allowed to talk about it at that point.
Yeah. It's oh man, I've been waiting for so long.
Yeah, that's also not what you. It's
yeah.
It's at last, man. Since you were why involve the idea of them being 6 years old in the song at all? If there's it's just
you're a little tomboy and now you got satin and lace. Wow. Oh, wow. You grew a pair. It's so messed up.
Yeah.
So, the song was written in 1961. I don't, not that it changes much, but it's one of those things that you can't do in this day and age. But when you really
when
listen
was Chris
to it,
Hansen born?
yeah, that was 4 years before he was born.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we didn't have him to save us. Yeah. The guy who, like I said, wrote the song was 25. And it just makes you think, just such a weird thing of like
they're like recording it too, but the thing is, it's like they're recording it and like the drummer's playing it. He's like, wait, whoa, what was that? Can you play that part back? I don't know if I want my drums on that.
Yeah, I don't. Can you leave my name off the album, please? Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, and just because the whole song is like that, and that's basically I just speed run the whole song.
That'd be a sick like SNL skit. You just see like everybody gets ready to like do this like big jam session, and then like the lyrics are just so pervy, and like the drummer's like like shit, like screwing up drumming and like having a hell of a time looking at each other.
Yeah,
like,
they're both
wrong strings and stuff, like playing wrong note. Hey man, what's the matter with you? You played a wrong note. Like the singer stops, like, hey man, you're going off beat.
Neil, cool it, Neil.
Dude.
He's like rubbing himself and oh man. Yeah, Neil Sedaka, man. I guess it was perfectly acceptable. It's a huge song.
I don't know about perfectly.
The 60s it was. Semi-acceptable. As long as you're famous.
Enough to record it.
Yeah, right. But then like I went down a little bit of a rabbit hole, and the guy who actually wrote the song was named Howard Greenfield. And not that it matters, and not that it changes much, but he was actually gay. And then I was like reading a little bit into him, and just kind of, so he died in 1985.
It just switched to this is bad. They just switched tomboy to boy Tom.
Boy Tom.
Like the whole lyrics or whatever. Pretty
like,
much everything was fine.
I'm writing this for a straight Neil Sedaka. So how do I make this?
Oh, tomboy.
Right. Tomboy.
There it is.
Done. Yeah, it's perfect. I got you, Neil.
I don't know.
But it was crazy, man. So he died in 1985 of AIDS during the kind of like the beginning of the AIDS pandemic and stuff like that. But just not that that's here nor there. Just what a freak time to be alive. But he had a husband. He was openly gay and was like totally fine, whatever. He didn't have any hardship as far as I know. Maybe he did. I can't assume that. But anyways, he died. And then literally 9 days later, his husband died of AIDS. They both knew they were dying. And then not that I have anything to do with that.
It's very sad. What do you mean?
That's what I mean. Like I got into the writer a little bit, and I was just like, imagine that. Imagine you and your partner, and then you both communically get a disease from one another.
It's fucking
and then
brutal.
you die, and then a week later, and you know you're going to die. There's no cure. And then they got buried next to each other, but then his husband died 7 days later.
Yikes!
How fucked? I was just like, whoa!
It's really
watching
sad.
your husband die, and then knowing you're going down too.
This happened to so many people.
Yeah,
like way too many people.
Right.
At that time, it still does, of course, but like
just.
That's sad.
Freaky, man. Like that's
a real sad episode, guys. Yeah. Sorry.
Well, do I bring anything other that's to the table?
You don't.
Well, here's
gloom and doom.
Another hilarious story. It's not hilarious. It's kind of sad too. But
I was gonna say, how hilarious is this gonna be?
Yeah, it's about a funeral home. For real.
Those are always an hilarious time.
Oh, what do we got here? So the
Nothing
headline,
tragic ever there. No bad vibes sign at the front door.
So much comic stuff happens at funeral
Live,
homes.
Laugh.
Yeah.
Wait, no, wrong spot for that. Don't hang that.
Oh man. So the title of this from ABC News is, and this is very recent. This is fucking late, cutting edge current events.
Just happened 12 minutes ago.
Yeah. And I was there actually. Nearly 200 decomposing bodies removed from a funeral home is the headline. So,
there's also this like so many like help wanted ads, like need graveyard digger, like need.
So yeah. There's like
help.
I took on
urgently.
way too much. Yeah. So basically, what happened? There's this like organic, biodegradable, like super kind of earth friendly funeral home in Colorado. I don't know. I mean, apparently it's a new thing. I don't know exactly. Like the box that they bury them in is like biodegradable, and everything about the whole process is super eco-friendly. I don't know. Anyways, it's this newer thing.
Is it like the forest shroud burial thing? Like there's something like that. I've seen that before too. Yeah.
It's I don't know. I guess it makes sense. Like you jam a dead body in a casket, throw them underground, and then it's just wood underground forever. So biodegradable, it goes back to the earth, renews the earth.
I don't know that that's a major problem.
Yeah.
But
they made it one.
Those are very expensive is one of the main things.
That's true too. Yeah.
Like it depends on what you're looking for. If you're looking, I don't know. A lot of people are like, yeah, we want to preserve and honor it in this way with a casket and it needs to be $50,000. Or some people are like, that's insane. Don't do that with my body when I die.
Throw in a potato sack.
Yeah, exactly. Put it somewhere that I can feed the ground, feed the earth, feed the birds, and, don't separate it away. It just really depends on what their wishes were. And it doesn't really matter. Of course, there's, as I think we've talked about before, there's cultures that have their bodies put in burial towers so that the vultures can come, like the carrion birds can come and pick their bones clean. You never heard of this?
No, what?
There's burial towers.
Like in this day and age?
India. No, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay.
Maybe not anymore. I don't think probably anymore.
Yeah, it sounds
definitely at a time. I'll look into it more and I can see it.
Yeah.
It really does, right?
Yeah.
Like it's actually like that. It's like basically catacombs, but like sky catacombs. Like imagine a tower that they put their dead up on top of so that they
feed the vultures.
Offering. Yeah. It's so that they can go back to the earth. It's like one way.
Oh, and then the bird craps and you're
dude, decomposition. You're so delicate with it. This is people's relatives.
Anyways, that's the purpose. The bird,
it's so that it can feed the earth again. Yes, essentially. Yes, so that it can go back to the universe, man. It's
right. I feel you. So
that's fucking worm food.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Shit, dog. So without providing too much detail, so this is one of the officers who walked into the scene. To avoid further victimizing these families, the area of the funeral home where the bodies were improperly stored was horrific. Cooper said earlier this month, the scene was so bad when authorities first arrived that the paramedic who responded developed a rash and had to be medically evaluated. So basically what was happening... They
wished that a zombie outbreak would happen so those bodies, they wouldn't have to carry the bodies out.
What it sounds like. So basically what happens was they were taking on more than they could chew. They weren't, obviously. And I guess they didn't have proper refrigerating units to hold the bodies until they could transport them to beyond. And
it's weird that everyone kept quitting there. And
and everybody just walked in and was like, no. Yeah. And then walked away. Just like, so what are we doing with them after we get them all ready? Just take them to room 306. And it's like, what's in 306? Yeah.
I don't want to wear this. Gives them a little mask.
Yeah. Just not even an N95, just a fucking normal mask.
Some gloves.
Yeah. Apparently it was like this tiny room and it was all sitting there. And then now they have to have to figure out who these people were.
Oh,
they
dental
have to
records.
DNA tests.
DNA. Thank goodness for DNA. They don't have to fish out all the teeth.
So, but it's like such a long and rigorous
Sure.
process to do this because now they have to take each person in a refrigerated truck, so it's like 1, 2, 3 at a time away from this place. And then they have to get the families back involved and be like, yo, is this your body? Did this person belong to you or belong to your family? And it's just a huge shit storm right now.
What a lot of work and horror and upset.
Yeah.
That is a really upsetting thing because we are not a society of monks that stare at the graves of our loved ones. Have you ever heard of that? Also,
no.
There's society of monks that would just kneel at the gravesides and watch their loved ones decompose. And just stare at it and day in and day out, just stare at them until they were all the way gone.
I actually heard a story. So there's this
only skeleton. And it's just that's heavy. Even the kids and stuff, they would watch just to be aware of mortality, as aware as they can possibly and at peace with death as they can be.
It goes deeper than that. So I'll recommend anybody listening and to you a story of one of those times. It's a YouTuber named Mr. Ball, and he's awesome. I don't know if you've heard of him or me if I've talked about him.
This is why you should never open a gift unless you know who sent it.
No.
He's super popular. I'm not discovering him. He's got millions of followers. But anyways,
he's just paying us a lot of money to
shout him out and get
get our 12 people to
come subscribe to him.
At least 12.
Yeah, at least. Yeah.
Come on.
So we want to kick back.
The deal was for. Yeah.
Bill.
Bill.
He did a story about that exact situation, but apparently it goes a level deeper than that. It's there's a realm of meditation, which they call the ultimate sacrifice or the ultimate level of meditation or something like that, where they would
Nirvana
eat rocks or these monks. I don't think it was Nirvana because that's is that monks as well?
Well, there's different levels of meditation. I guess I might be getting it wrong. There's just different.
And there's it was the final one, but it basically and I'm just going to sum this up really quick. The story, he says it's so much better, but apparently it's a long trial of first you eat nothing but rocks. You don't eat anything for weeks, and you basically slowly let your body die, and you drink this acid that slowly kills you, but then it also slowly mummifies you from the inside. And then you go in a box, and then you go underground, and then your monk homies watch you. And basically,
that's a different thing. This is a different thing.
That's totally different. You know what I'm talking
Maybe
about?
It's not totally different culture. Maybe it's the same culture, but what you're talking about is those guys that go in and mummify while alive.
Yes,
that's way crazier. Like, to me, that's the craziest shit ever. Like,
that's exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah, they mummify themselves alive.
Thing. This is just like regular people who have lost their loved one kneeling at the side of the grave and watching them until they are all the way gone into skeleton, and then burying them the rest of the way and moving on with their life. That's like the way that this group of people lived. Like,
dude, that's
kind of heavy.
Yeah. And
very traumatizing to someone in our culture where death is like so terrifying. I can't get the image of all the dead bodies I've ever seen in my life. They feel like scars in my brain. Like, they feel like something that will just flash in on you. Like, when I'm having a nice time, I'll just like see the face of someone. And it's like, that to me is like an unhealthy relationship with death, probably, that we have over here. Like, again, I think I talked about this before, how it was kind of the funerary industry that caused us to start having this unhealthy relationship with death.
Right.
Like, oh God, don't touch the body. As soon as someone dies, it could be infected with, who knows? No one ever knows with what.
You're going to get a rash.
Fucking salmonella. What am I going to do? I'm not eating it. You know what I mean? Like, Jesus. So like, you're going to get a rash. Like, what is it? There's nothing gross about it. So there's just that stigma that's in place. And I think that, not to say that I think it would be more healthy to have a bunch of kids go and watch dead bodies decompose.
Here's an hour of people dying.
Like, what? Not an hour, but that's what they would do. It's like part of their acceptance of the universe.
So weird, man. I swear like a lot of the stuff that we talk about is like comes full circle with things that I'm thinking about, which I mean, I guess makes sense because of I bring up certain topics.
Yeah, you're going to lean that way.
Sure. And I lean that. But like earlier today, I was just thinking with myself, because I have plenty of conversations with myself when I'm doing menial shit. And I
listen in.
Like, I was just thinking, it's like when I'm depressed, like everybody's depressed. I'm not a lot, but everybody's depressed. When I'm super depressed and sad and not like happy, having my moments, I think about death and how I'm not afraid of it.
Yeah.
At all. And then there's times where like good things happen, and then my like perspective on life changed, and I'm happy. And like right now, I'm kind of in a happy mode right now. First time in a long time because of other situations that are going on right now. But I'm like, oh, I'm actually happy. And I was thinking about death, and I'm like, oh, it's actually kind of terrifying. Like, because I was like looking at an old man, and it's like, oh, that guy's so close to it. What am I going to be thinking when I'm his age at that time? And then I'm
only 34.
Yeah. Jeez. Yeah, I was looking at Dad and like, man, that dude is 2 steps away, man. Yeah.
Oh, what am I going to be by the time I'm his age?
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. But yeah, man, no, it was just like one of those things. And then I was like, I saw him, and then I started thinking of death, and I was just like, oh man, it's actually kind of freaky. And I was just like, oh man, I remember like thinking of death like 3 months ago, and being like, whatever, you know.
Yeah.
Sayonara. Like, but then now I'm like, oh no, that would actually really suck. And especially when you have 70 years ahead of you, it's super easy just to like be very passive about it. Right. Like, you're just like, whatever. But then when you do hit 70, 80, I don't know. What do you like? Are you just very contemplating everything? Like
the hypothetical of it is easier to think about than the actual thing.
Mm-hmm,
you know, like if you really, really think about the reality of there being no more you, and there being no more anything, no more choices, no more decisions, no more anything like that, it becomes like a bit different, you know, like, I don't know, just imagining doing anything is easier than doing the thing. Yeah. So take that and go to the nth degree, you know, like what could be harder almost, you know? So like
one of the biggest things that gets you out of bed at the end of the day is hope. And promise of something that you're trying to achieve and go after, right?
Purpose, yeah.
And purpose. That's the meaning of life, straight up. Like,
it has to be.
It has to be. Like, is
the road is.
Yeah. So
you know, it's the getting there and all that. You know, it's not the
real relationships, real people, real stuff. So people that get caught up in all like the not trying to sound all holier than thou or anything like that, but the people that get caught up with all the fucking bullshit. I don't know, not artificial,
materialistic or superficial.
Yes,
both of those. Yeah.
And then it's like embarrassing at the end of the day. It's like, I think when you're 70, it's like, but I mean,
I feel like a lot of those things, it's like, I don't know, thinking metaphorically, there are, if life is like if life
box
is
of chocolates.
Yeah. If life is some kind of like trip, right? Like some journey, which it is, you know, from here to there, sometimes the journey it's not all the same. Obviously the journey changes. Obviously everything gets difficult. Sometimes some obstacle comes up, and when an obstacle comes up, you do something to get through it. Like, this is a really long, boring stretch of road, and I have to put on a song or podcast or do something, or we're going to sing a song right now. Or I'm going to talk to my friend. Normally is what we do. We talk to somebody in the car, or, do something. So like there are little ways. Yeah. There's little ways of getting through it. It's not just keep driving only. Some people can just keep fucking going, and I don't know how they do it. They just keep going, even though they're
head down, straight forward.
Like they might be on a unicycle pulling a train full of kids, and they're still going. And I don't know how people do that, if we're keeping this metaphor going, because I could barely keep my own self just driving. Feeling like, what's the point? Is like I'm always pushing that thought aside and going like, the point is the point, you dummy. Like, just keep going. Don't think about what's the point, and like don't worry about if you failed or didn't fail or all this shit.
Or how hard you failed or how hard you succeeded.
Just keep going, right? So sometimes it's like people need to get drunk on the weekends. That's part of keeping this trip exciting and going.
That's turning up the radio.
So exactly, right? Like sometimes people
Vices.
That's right. Vices are not only bad. Like they are, because sometimes they'll fucking crash your whole car and it'll be over. But if you carefully use that shit, it might just like get you up the hill that you otherwise would have just never gotten up.
Crack.
So I'm not trying to say no. See, those things are just we've seen how that goes too many times, right? Like there's certain vices you can't rely on. Like you could just you can put a rocket on the back of your car if you want, but that's only going to go really fast, really
straight.
Short.
Yeah. Really fast, really short, really straight.
Maybe.
Or maybe not even straight. Maybe blow you off the right side.
It almost certainly is going to stop quick, and then where will you be? It's kind of like what drugs does. It's like putting a fucking rocket on the back of your bike or whatever, and now you're like going really fast, and this is really fun for about 3 seconds. Yeah. And then you're fucked, and either you die or you have a really bad time trying to climb out of it.
You got boosted down the detour.
Maybe you're hitchhiking now. Like there's so many things that happen to people who strap a rocket to them, or just stop. Like it's just this metaphor has been lasting quite a long time.
It's a long metaphor, but I think I appreciate it.
You get it though. You see what I'm saying, right? So like, I don't know, where do we start with this though? You were saying that people get caught up in the superficial. Another drug besides just drugs is the internet and TV and likes on Facebook, dopamine in general, right?
Totally.
Oh, people liked my thing. I drew a picture, and I didn't just draw a picture and get happy that I drew the picture. I took a picture of the picture and showed it to all the people, and they clicked like on it. So I feel like they approve of me, which means on a weird primal scale that the village approves of me. Like that's literally what it means. And our survival is based on whether the village approves of us or not, because without the village, we die in the ancient times, right?
Right.
So if we don't have the support of our village and our tribe,
people want to be liked.
People want to be liked because otherwise you're dead. Yeah. Like that's the kind of anxiety that goes behind not being liked. Yeah. And feeling, having the fear of, people don't like me. I don't think they like me. That's not just, well, get over it. Who cares if people like you? That's like a life and death fear that people have. You're constantly like pushing that aside as an adult. You're always just like, but who cares though? Like, but whatever though. My hair is such a fucking mess right now. Yeah, but who's looking? Who gives a fuck? Like, that's always like a battle that's going on in every person's head. It's just like, like.
The other thing I was talking about superficial too is like Gucci.
You mean just like full on like riches, right?
Yes.
Like, but imagine that.
As I put on my Gucci glasses.
Yeah. But imagine that you're not good at anything but making money, or you just happen to be blessed with a bunch of money, and if you're looking at you still want to navigate this world, right? It doesn't mean that you don't have complaints.
And money is the high score. Fuck it. If that's the meaning of life to you,
it's not. Even if it's not to do with meaning, like even if money is just like a side effect of what you have, either you have it or you don't have it or whatever. Even people who have lots of money, whether they deserved it or don't deserve it or anything to do with it, they still have like a full set of problems, and they still
100%
themselves all the time, and they still have these things, right? So like there's always a lot of elements to it, right? We know that money isn't everything.
Of course.
However, it's also a large reason why people do drastic things and hurt themselves and do, have stress, the number one cause of stress is probably money or lack of it.
It is, I think,
right? Like
one of the number one reasons for divorce and stress within relationships and is financial affairs.
Of course.
And,
if people could just have enough money, they wouldn't have these things, this other anxieties and angers that bubble up and then come out.
And then kids.
And you know what is part of the problem there is because we as a society don't have a very good emotional outburst tolerance. I guess this is hard to explain. So I can't come to most people in the world with all my deepest problems, nor can they come to me with all their deepest problems, even though they probably could and we would have a nice talk. But like most people don't feel like they can just open up to anybody other than their spouse.
Right.
And so they're not going to let any feelings of any sort show to anybody all day long. Happy day. Yep. Nice to see you. Have a good day. I'll see you tomorrow at work. And then they go home and they explode their real feelings out onto their poor spouse because they're the only one that they can trust to open up to, right? Because, and even if they don't mean to do it, they're not consciously doing that. That's why people snap at each other and blame each other. And why is this dish is still here? And all the stupid little tiny things like a dish or whatever
that wouldn't normally matter.
Become a big explosion on a good day when everyone's happy. The dishes are invisible. On the bad day, it's the biggest deal ever. And now we're getting a divorce. Like it's not about the dish. Obviously, it's the fact that that's the only person you feel like you can open up and yell at or talk to or whatever. It's not, I'm talking like I'm having this right now.
Yeah,
I'm very happy right now, but but that's just how I feel. Like,
okay, we got to quickly go to break.
Oh, shit. Our sponsors.
I'm working for an hourly wage. I went to high school, didn't do great. Still, I gotta make more cash. More education is what I'm looking at. When I get a degree, I will make a bigger salary. So now I've got to see which college is right for me. I went on the internet and found education connection. I took some free tests to find out my direction. I'm taking my classes online, getting my degree on my own time. Education connection matched me with the right college for free. Get connected for free. With education connection. Get connected for free. With education connection.
That was the greatest commercial. We literally took it right to the
seriously.
edge. Holy.
That's how the jingle goes at the end of the day.
That was the greatest spot. Yeah, holy
It's going to end up being in my head all night.
Anyways, before we got sidetracked by our sponsor that we had contractually obligated to put in at the 30-minute mark. I feel you, man. Yeah, death is a perspective, but I mean, like, and even being, I don't know. And you went on into a whole bunch of different subjects over there. And I don't want to make the whole podcast about
rambling.
death and depression, the Death and Depression podcast, because that's
welcome to the Death and Depression podcast.
Yeah, it's just a big bummer, but
these are my clients.
Yeah.
I think it just helps me have empathy for, if you say, oh, people are being superficial or people are being this or that. And I know you weren't being judgy at all there. You're just saying you try to keep in perspective and appreciate what's important.
But it's also, it's like, you can't really bitch about your problems when you're a white guy living in Canada. And that's the worst way to put it, but you know what I mean? Like,
but the thing is, you should always be able to bitch about your problems.
Exactly.
If you do it in a healthy enough way. If you're not doing it in an entitled way.
I have problems too, but I live a very...
I'm led to believe that other people have worse problems, whether that's true or not. I'm not here to say it's not true. Why would I say that's not true? I believe it is true.
Yeah.
I think that most people do have it harder, if not all people have it harder than a straight white dude. That's just what we've been led to believe.
Exactly. And then you can't bitch about anything, so you have to bottle it all up.
So when I feel terrible, I feel like, but other people must feel worse, so I should shut up.
Exactly.
And I'm not sitting here saying that that's a big...
That's what I was dancing around saying, but I'm like, how do you say that
I'm not here to cure that or anything. I'm not here against that and saying I should have a right to whine and complain too, but like that's the facts. Like,
and then you can only talk to your spouse.
I just don't want everybody over here. I just don't want anyone over there thinking like if they were possibly listening to us right now, thinking that white boys are sitting around smiling and happy all the time. They must just be so happy.
Right.
They're not.
Yeah.
I know most of my friends are straight white boys and they're not that friggin' happy.
And
those are the most depressed people that I could think of. And you know what? The women too. Absolutely.
Totally.
It's
everybody has issues. And that's where I'm going back to.
I
where
want everyone to be aware that everyone has issues. And I'm not sitting here thinking anyone has more or less, whether you have money or don't have money.
Right.
That's the other thing.
And so that's where I was bouncing it. So you were talking about money and shit like that.
Too.
No matter what point you're at in your life, it doesn't matter like what level you are. It almost breaks down to like the way I like to look at it is like a level of difficulty of your, like, am I playing on like extreme hardcore?
Oh yeah.
Or am I playing on medium? Whatever.
Right.
We are all dealt cards, dealt hands and stuff like that. But it doesn't mean I'm not allowed to be like, say I am living a privileged life amongst the majority.
Just having been born here in Victoria, we are living
technically a privileged life.
Yeah.
Exactly. Technically. But does that mean I'm not allowed to have problems and I'm not allowed to express the emotion of I'm sad? Oh, I need to be on Prozac because of OCD. Oh, I need to be this, whatever. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Am I not allowed to have any of my own issues?
I think it's
I gotta be like, well, it could be worse.
I think it's just how you present it. Right. I think it's really just what you do with that, whether you're, But some people are using it to their advantage to gain something. And I think that that's wrong. And then some people are using it as an excuse to do nothing. And that's probably wrong too. You know what I mean? I don't think that anyone's doing that. I think that you just have to sometimes hear another person, maybe even like us, just another person talking, just to sort it out in your mind. Oh, that is kind of what is going on with me right now too. Like I've heard podcasters talk, not to say that any bullshit that I say is going to help. I hope it helps somebody somehow.
Oh, of course. Anything that we say.
I don't have any high expectations there, but basically like, I've listened to other podcasters like, Duncan Trussell or whatever, and they'll say something that is just, it clicks with me in such a way that it will help me through whatever I'm going through. So I guess that's why we talk about these things and try to put it in a silly metaphor or whatever.
Super awesome. Therapy is super awesome.
It is.
And it's basically, it's the thing of like it was such a cultural standard to just, especially for men, and it's no secret, to bottle up everything inside and not express your feelings. And it's been a real thing for a real long time.
Anger's like the only acceptable one, even though it freaks everybody out and makes them afraid and whatever. It's the only one that,
anger
gets the respect that they're looking for or something. Like, yeah.
If you show any sort of emotion with that to do with sadness, it's weakness. And it's just like, it's a new age where we're trying to stray away from that. But at the same time,
just still there,
communicating, communicating.
It's ingrained in us though. It's like in our DNA.
100%.
Like since these primal times, like what are you supposed to do? The dudes are supposed to be tough.
Yeah.
And
if I show any sort of weakness, that means I'm losing. I'm not winning.
Oh, some other dude's going to come up, beat the shit out of you, and kill you. Yeah. That's it.
It's
that's what it means.
Time.
So
we're getting prehistoric, bitch.
Yeah, well, exactly, what are we? Yeah. It's still in our DNA. I hate to say it, but that's the kind of meat bags that we're dealing with right now. Like anyway,
long story short, we are a very compassionate group of friends here for anybody listening, and we are real and we're on the cutting edge, I think.
Cutting edge. That's us. Yeah,
we are cutting edge. We're men when we're going to talk about a problem.
We're on the front. We're on the front lines.
We're going to cry,
smelling the corpse fumes from the
and death is scary.
Person body.
Yeah, death is. So basically, this all started because death. Like I had that realization that death is scary when you're happy.
Yeah,
and to me, death wasn't that freaky. I didn't care about it when I was not happy, when I was depressed, and then I was thinking, oh well, I'm not allowed to be depressed, and then I was thinking, well, this is just the way it is, but I am. Yeah. So I'll go get some medication and then just shut the fuck up. And that's the way I got to deal with it.
Yeah. You know what always helped me feel better is to just decide I'll feel better now. Yeah. And then that just suddenly snaps my fingers and works. Yeah.
Wait,
or if somebody else tells me you should feel better.
Yeah.
Or you shouldn't complain. There we go. Dude, that helps.
Do you have a house and are you healthy? Then shut the fuck up. And it's like, bro.
Yeah, I sleep inside and I walk.
Yeah. Anyway.
So that's good. That is good.
Anyways.
Some people can't do that.
Yeah. Good for you, man. But yeah, so anyways, crazy. That all derived from that.
It's really hard to have a complainy while also trying not to complain. You know, like it's hard to talk about complaining in society and depression while also not actually sounding like whiners. It's just a tough one.
It is, but you know what, man? I think we're about
try to navigate.
We're on the cutting edge.
We're doing our best. Right. No, sorry, I forgot. We're on the front lines.
We're on the front lines. Edge. Yeah, we're expanding this operation right now. You heard it here.
Trailblazing
up in here. So basically, that all came from 200 decomposing bodies from funeral home. Yeah. So anyways, that's crazy. That's out in the world, man. And I'll go into something a little happier now. We're gonna translute this. Do you know where Halloween costumes?
Translute. We're gonna translute this.
That means something. Do you know where Halloween costumes started? Do you know how Halloween costumes started?
I don't. I heard you, but I was still swallowing my coffee. But I don't know where. Is it Mexico? Day of the Dead celebrations?
Ireland.
Mexican celebrations in Ireland?
Yep.
The Day of the Dead? Laddie.
It was held in Ireland, Scotland.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
everyone would dress up as leprechauns.
Yeah.
I'm being like, what is that, racist? No, I'm Irish.
Cultural
I'm allowed
cultural
to do
appropriation, bro.
that. Yeah.
So the wearing of costumes at Halloween may come from the belief that supernatural beings or the souls of the dead, I don't know why everything has to do with death, what the fuck, roam the earth at this time. The practice may have originated at a Celtic festival held on 31st of October to mark the beginning of the winter. It was called Samhain in Ireland, meaning the Gaelic festival of November 1st, marking the end of the harvest season and beginning of winter or darker half of the year. Samhain, you've heard that before? I know there's like a cool goth band
No.
called Samhain.
Sure. I don't know.
I think. Yeah, cool rockin' 80s band.
Listen to cool goth music. I wish I did.
Yeah, you don't listen to cool goth music, bro?
No, I was never a cool goth.
Oh, man. In the
wish I
80s? Jesus.
I just will hope that cool goths will listen to my non-goth music.
Yeah. Information plug. Information.
Plug. Information.
Ones and zeros, not I's and O's.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yep.
Good of you to go back.
Yep. I got you. But anyway, so the costume, have you seen old school Halloween costumes?
No.
You've never seen like a picture of an old school Halloween costume? Okay.
Well, I mean, I'm imagining things that I've seen, but
fucking freaky. They're like potato sacks, and they're just like they would make them, and they're like witch doctor shit.
well, they're not made out of like, you know what's not very scary is like colorful plastic.
That didn't actually happen till the 30s.
No
like,
kidding.
The film stuff, and apparently some people said 60s, but like where it was like Buzz Lightyear, 90s, but like.
What? Yeah, Buzz Lightyear costumes didn't come out at least till the 60s. I'd say.
Yeah,
Maybe late 60s.
Yeah, at least. Yeah. That's when Toy Story came out, right?
Right.
But yeah, so that was all, Hallmark got their mitts, or I don't know Hallmark, but whoever got their mitts on that.
I'm Hallmark again.
Make it another Hallmark holiday, the Hallmark. They got Christmas, they got Valentine's,
Hallmark
now they
is
got
just
the
like-
Sam Hain.
For some reason, I'm picturing Hallmark just like slave driving Disney, like make another movie.
Yeah.
Like Hallmark's even above Disney. Just like
We need costumes this year. Yeah. That's the Smith hammer of the world. Wait, what's that hammer society? Do you know what I'm talking about? Like the family that rules the world.
the Rothschilds or something.
Right, Rothschilds.
That's the Hammer Society.
Yeah.
What?
They invented the hammer.
Oh,
That's the biggest fortune in the world.
Masons.
Mason.
Oh,
Masons is what I'm thinking of. Mason, is that kind of like a hammer?
The Freemasons.
The
or
Freemasons. That's what I was thinking of. Yes.
Anyways,
Why did I think hammer? Hammersmith?
I don't know. They use hammers, I think, for masonry.
Stonehenge.
Loyal stonecutters, let us begin our reenactment of the Battle of Gettysburg. Wah! Wah!
Wait! Wait! Well, I didn't realize you were a member.
Oh.
I don't think that anyone did
Dude.
any masonry on Stonehenge. I think that it's just big rocks.
It was just okay. Anyways, I digress from that fucking crack
up.
thought. Yeah, crack is bad. It's a rocket ship, man.
It's like strapping a rocket to your car, man.
That's
It's
it,
like,
man. Yeah, you go bang for a second and then it's over, man. That's it, man. Oh man. Yeah. Anyway, so Halloween, man. So it just reminds me of like Halloween Season of the Witch. Have you ever seen that movie? It's
No.
Halloween 3.
No.
You ever seen that movie, man?
No.
You got to watch that before October 31st.
Oh, dang.
It's like
I gotta
so
go.
you're oh yeah, that's tomorrow.
Right now.
Yeah. You've seen Halloween?
Yeah.
Yeah, with
Yeah.
Michael Myers,
Yeah.
John Carpenter.
Yeah, why'd
So-
you do that sound?
That was I also did a knife motion.
Is that a knife motion?
Yeah. No, it's me. No, never mind. Yeah. There's a 6-foot orangutan above me.
Yeah. I know. It seems like-
It's so basically what happens in Halloween 3 is Season of the Witch. They tried to diverge from the Mike Myers storyline because then they wanted to. John Carpenter and the director wanted to originally make the movie like turn it into a franchise where it could be about a bunch of different stories and be
They
like,
could,
no more
divulge secrets.
divulge. Yeah.
They would diverge from their original plot line and divulge a few secrets
That's
to let
right.
you understand.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Uh-huh. And then they would sing a dirge at the end.
What the fuck is that?
It's a sad song about someone who's died.
Man, you're good with words. Died? You're talking about death again, man?
No,
Get off it.
Singing.
Yeah. Oh, singing sad songs.
Hi, me laddie, when he came down from the hill.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
This is
It's
crack.
a dirge
Dude. This
about
is
my
this
friend.
is a reenactment on crack. Yeah. Anyways.
a reenactment. Thank you. Everyone was waiting for me to say it. Yeah.
So Halloween 3, Season of the Witch, basically they tried divulging whatever the word
I
is.
just have this song in my head.
What?
The season of the
Oh, yeah, that's a
I
good
just have
song,
that
yeah.
song in my head. Anyway,
And they tried, and they were going to make it about a bunch of different things, but it didn't work because people hated it. And
they're
then
like,
they
"Let's
went back to
make it
Michael
about
Myers.
a bunch of crazy shit and like witchery and stuff. And then they
It's
were
about
like,
like
"No,
this
we just want
costume,
slasher."
like these masks that this company makes that they put it on and it like sucks your face off and it like kills you and it like makes you like a robot or something. I can't remember exactly how it goes.
Sounds
but
so sick.
yeah.
Wow.
I'm not giving it the Roger Ebert
I
treatment,
really
man.
got to watch this before the 31st, I think.
It got bad reviews, man.
I will
yeah.
do it. What?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Shit, dude. Yeah. Anyways, costumes, Halloween costumes. Yeah, that's what it's all about. Anyways, speaking of
I'll
Halloween,
never put another one on again, lest it suck my face off, turn me into an android or something, or
lest
whatever.
it do that to us. No.
I was thinking I want to be the Dracula from Castlevania, like the
Oh, that's cool.
like that Dracula, just because of my hair. Like right now, I can like kind of puff it up a little bit, like right out of the shower. If I like blow dry it, it can like kind of go up in the vampiric widow's peak kind of look, and it's kind of gnarly. It reminds me when it sits on my shoulders, it looks like it's like big enough of hair to like be like the Dracula from the beginning.
That's pretty cool.
The one at the beginning of Castlevania Symphony of the Night, when he's like, what is a man but a miserable pile of secrets, or some shit like that, and he like flings his wine glass backwards, and it's like classic scene that I very much hope somehow gets reenacted in the Castlevania animated series.
So speaking of Halloween, we are to the point of the story of the podcast of the redemption arc. And he special requests that you read it again.
Oh no.
So Jub,
My guy.
yeah, he spent some time on this one. And by that I mean he didn't just write it and whip it.
Let's see.
So we're going to a Halloween story to wrap this podcast up. It's not all death and sadness. We got a little bit of happy stories here. And Dan.
It was a windy autumn night, October 31st to be exact, and I was working after hours at the construction site. Brand new condos were almost ready, and I was an electrician that was putting the final touches on the hall lights. The deadline was November 1st, so I had no choice but to work on Halloween. Damn it! Where did I leave my impact? I said while climbing down the ladder. The halls were eerily quiet as everyone else had gone home and I was the only one on site, which is very safe practice to do, of course. I seemed to talk to myself a lot to drown out the silence. Wee-oh, witchy woman, I sang while looking around the dimly lit halls for my drill. The halls were lit with temporary stirring string lights to make it hard to find things. The halls were lit with temporary string lights, making it hard to find things. I was on the 4th floor and noticed that the elevator doors were open, allowing full access to the elevator shaft. Better be careful, Willie. That last step is a doozy, I said, chuckling to myself, who is Willie.
His self is Willie? Chuckling to myself, who is Willie?
I don't know, I guess.
Oh, who is Willie?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, continue.
Who really is? Anyway, I turned a corner and found my drill sitting beside the door to suite 403. I don't remember putting that there. I went back to putting up the hallway lights and set my drill to hang on the ladder as I put the trim on the recessed pot light. He's doing all kinds of. He's doing lighting. Okay. The scent of Ronald's cheeseburgers wafted in from a nearby open window. I noticed it was getting dark and I was feeling mighty hungry. One more light and that cheeseburger is mine. Though they ain't as good as they used to be when I was a kid. Good old Ronald.
Pause this. We're gonna do chapter 2 in 2 seconds. Battery's gonna die, and I'd hate to lose whatever this is.
Yeah, would absolutely hate it to lose that.
This is gold, man. Yeah. Somebody needs to hear this. Okay, we'll be right back. And we're back.
And we're back.
And we're back. And
check. Not to take you out of it there. Let's zoom back a little here. The scent of Ronald's cheeseburgers wafted in from a nearby open window. I noticed it was getting dark and I was feeling mighty hungry. One more light and that cheeseburger is mine. He just turned Irish a little bit, I decided. Though they ain't as good as they used to be when I was a kid. I climbed down the ladder, and as I went to reposition the ladder under the last light, I saw that my impact drill had disappeared again. What in the Sam Haim is going on here? I exclaimed to the empty halls. But just then I heard giggling and scampering footsteps off in the distance. Dang kids, up to your no-good tricks. Go on and give me back me drill. I started to run down the hallway in the direction of the footsteps, and I turned the corner rapidly. But no one was there. Just then I heard, trick or treat, from behind me, and I turned 180 and sprinted in the direction of the sound. Wow, that's a image.
I turned 180.
I turned 180 and sprinted in the direction of the sound. I approached another corner and looked down the adjacent hallway where I saw 3 kids standing in Halloween costumes at the other end of the hall. One was a witch, one was a mummy, and the other one was a skeleton. All likely produced from Ben Cooper or Collegeville.
Collegeville.
Hey, you kids, you ain't supposed to be in here. You could get hurt. Give me back me drill and go on and get. The kids complete ignored me and I ran down the next hallway. I went after them, but again I turned the corner and they were gone.
I hate when I get complete ignored.
I know. I'm not going to... Sometimes people have poetic license. I'm not going to correct his writing.
You're just going to read it
as
as you get it.
That's just
amazing.
Like yeah. Costumes the other end of the hall. Hey, kids.
Sorry, I threw him off.
Oh, yeah. I'm way thrown, bro.
Oh, yeah.
I'm thrown right off.
He was in the Irishman accent. Yeah.
The kids complete ignored me, and I went down the next hallway. I went after them, but again, I turned the corner and they were gone. I went to look out the window to see if the gate was locked, which was the only way in. It was locked. How did those young kids climb that 10-foot fence? After I did one more check of the perimeter, I went back to the window to double check that the gate was locked. It was 7:30 now and completely dark outside. When I got to the window, I looked out and yes, the gate was locked. But this time, there was a lady standing by the gate.
Ooh.
It was hard to make out her features.
Oh.
Hey, ma'am, did you see 3 children running around the site? I called down to her. She tilted her head up in my direction. You know, in 1967, there was a house on this spot. Until one dreadful Halloween night, it burned to the ground. The owner, a single mother, fell asleep after her kids got home from trick-or-treating. She forgot to put the jack-o'-lantern out. It was sitting on the windowsill and caught the drapes on fire. By the time the fire department showed up, it was torched to the ground. No bodies were ever discovered, said the mysterious lady.
It's an oopsie.
Yeah, that's great. I asked you a question, Mom. Did you see any trick-or-treaters running around me site? I yelled back. With all this rapid development, we never stopped to think about what we're destroying. How things used to be. We never stopped to think about the history that lies right beneath our feet. Oh. She replied. Before I had the chance to respond, she turned around and began to walk away. I stared at her intently, curious as to what she was talking about. As she passed a streetlight, the illuminated area brought out her features. She had a 3rd-degree burns all over her body. Shocked, I took a step back and under my breath I said, "Oh, hell no." But right then I heard someone calling my name. Willie, Willie. It sounded as if a chorus, It sounded as a chorus of young children calling my name in harmony.
Cute.
Trick or treat, Willie, they said. It was coming from an open elevator shaft. I slowly made my way towards it. There's darn kids. They're in the shaft. As I poked my head down the darkness, all the light Line lights went out one by one.
Kids in the shaft.
Yeah. I couldn't see a thing. Willie, we want our treats, Willie, the voices called. Right before I had a chance to catch my breath, something pushed me into the elevator shaft. Oh God, this is how it ends, I screamed as I fell from the 4th floor. 3, 2, 1. As I expected to hit the concrete below, I instead kept falling. I looked around
Vortex.
as I... What?
Vortex. It's clearly no elevator in this elevator shaft. It's just the shaft.
What?
Nothing. Never mind.
You're helping.
Yeah.
As I expected to hit the concrete below, and I instead kept falling. I looked around as I fell, and it appeared as if I was in some sort of black void. What is going? Before I could finish the sentence, I hit the bottom. Boom! But I wasn't hurt. I was totally fine. I picked myself up from the grass? Confused, I looked around. I was not in the condominium any longer. I was standing in front of a brown, single-storied ranch home. What is happening, I thought to myself. I noticed that I was a lot shorter. I felt a lot stronger and full of energy like I hadn't felt in years. As I looked at the front of the house, a woman opened the door. Hey, Willie, you're just in time for trick-or-treats. The kids will be out any second. I looked down at myself and I was wearing a vampire costume, and then 3 children in a witch, mummy, and skeleton costume came outside. Now you children be safe, the woman said to us as the kids walked over to me. We will, one of them called back. Hey ma'am, make sure to blow out your jack-o'-lantern tonight, ha ha ha. We all exploded into laughter. I guess I'm not missing Halloween this year. As I looked down at the grass, I saw an uncollected newspaper with the headline, Charlie Chaplin to release finally film 1914-1967, it read.
Charlie Chaplin, oh man, yeah.
Charlie Chaplin.
So this is happening a while ago.
Film.
I love that. That's his finest work, actually.
1967. I'm a child again, I thought to myself. Maybe this time I'll be a pilot. I said optimistically, hey guys, let's go to Ronald's and get some delicious cheeseburgers before we trick or treat.
We're not allowed to say the real name.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I said it wrong too. Hey guys, let's go to Ronald's and get some delicious cheeseburgers before we trick or treat. I yelled, and we all roared with delight as we took off into the setting sun, excited for the fun we were going to have that Halloween night. Finn. Thank you, Jub Jub, very much.
Wait, that's where it ends?
That's it, Finn. Well, it says Finn. That's it.
Okay. Yeah, that's French for
it ends.
Fucking done.
So
yeah.
the man putting up lights was actually a ghost.
Is that what happened?
Yeah, it's a ghost.
Man, I felt like I just got blue-balled. I thought
unless he was like the dad of the kids or something, which is what I thought it was at first. And then he was like, I'm a child. And then I was like, oh, he's a child, but I don't know which one because I thought there were also 3. So I got a little bit, he was dressed as a vampire.
So the Irish guy that was the electrician was a ghost.
Yeah. I mean, it would have been a lot harder to do the whole narrative voice as an Irishman.
Right. Okay. So he goes back in time and he was a kid that died in the house fire.
I think so.
Right.
I think that's what's going on.
Thanks, Jub Jub.
Although it's funny that he was a lot stronger as a child.
Yeah, that was
That's sort of
that kind of
terrifying.
threw me off too. Yeah,
I'm shorter. I'm stronger.
It's stronger. Yeah, yeah.
I got put up so many lights now.
Good classic thing happens when you turn 36. You get fibromyalgia.
Wow, you also have a stroke at whatever age you are just now.
You know what I'm trying to say?
I think he was a model. Fibromyalgia? Wait.
Oh shit! Yeah,
I don't even know at all what you're trying to say. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. Shit.
No, I've got still like a year and a half or whatever before I get fibromyalgia or whatever.
Before you get Delicio, yeah, it's not delivery, it's Delicio, yeah.
Fabio, Gooseface, dude. Imagine being known mostly for getting hit in the face with a goose.
Yeah, goose face.
Like, not just mostly, but I mean, he was like obviously like a fashion model, but he got hit in the face with a goose.
That was where his career died.
It upset him very much,
or started, depending on who you are. Anyways,
that's just what I think of right away.
Goose face duck. Yeah, goose face. Yeah,
goose face killer.
Goose face killer. Jub, we appreciate you. Thank you for sending in that story.
Okay, thank you. I think the people have given quite enough of their time to our attention.
That's right.
Enough of their attention to
our time.
Yeah. I got to stop. I
Yeah.
need sleep.
This was good,
you want
man.
a good story? You want a good, this is a gross one.
Okay,
You want a gross story?
Yeah.
Okay, everyone. I love my cat so much because I got up to go to the washroom middle of the night and I came back and laid down in puke.
Yeah. That's
a good story.
wholesome.
Yeah, that's good. So
Yeah.
we take care of those blankets and
So many times I like,
so nice that she decided to do that there.
that's for you. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a mint on your pillow.
That's just where she felt most comfortable, I guess.
That's
I'd like to think
admirable. My cat would chill with me sleeping in bed, and then I'll just hear in my
that.
sleep.
Fling him out the window. No, out there.
And I'm like,
You just fly
I wake
out of
up
bed
like a green beret, man.
so fast.
Boom, I'm up and I grab my cat and I just run and I fucking like, boom, you puke on the carpet. While like usually I get like 3 steps by the time it's like projectile.
Giving your poor cat a swirly in the toilet. Running out there. Not again.
Oh, yeah. Whoosh, yeah. Last time it happened though, I missed her by 2 seconds and she
No.
got, yeah. But she's
yeah.
nice enough not to do it on me. She like walks.
No, that's
yeah.
nice. Yeah. Usually I can hear the noise and I run and I'm like, nope, not on the carpet, on the floor, hardwood. And I like move her over like a foot.
Yeah.
Like, there, puke
Yeah.
there. You don't have to do the noise. It's already bad enough. You know, I don't know what I was
could
doing.
add it in.
Like it was already bad, and I was like, we gotta quit this. We've given enough of these people's time. You know what? I think that I'll take a little more of their time with that
wretch.
story about cat puke.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's for you. That's all for you.
That's fine.
Anyways, I had fun.
Yeah, it
I
was
hope
good.
you had fun.
Yeah, well,
We talked about death. We talked about
no, I had
Halloween.
fun. I had fun. It was
We
good.
talked about what else did we talk about? You know, we'll figure it out when you do the beginning. But anyways,
we never do the beginning. We do the beginning first. Wait.
oh wait,
What?
yeah,
We already
yeah.
did the beginning.
And this is the end.
Oh, okay. If you say so.
Thank you. These are my friends.
These are my friends.
You've
We'll see
listened
you
to
next
us for 15 episodes now. So
And stay tuned for the Crackcast. It's
yeah,
gonna happen.
it's gonna happen.
No,
yeah,
it's not.
We're just gonna dive
It's
into
not
it.
going to happen.
DMT cast.
Oh, well.
Peyote.
The Chonga cast.
Yeah, the Chonga cast. Yeah, it's coming. Stay tuned,
It's going to be
fellows
quiet.
and ladies. Yes, it's gonna be.
Introspective cast.
I feel my brain. Okay. Peace. Fucking
You're still here? You're still here. Get out of here.
okay.
You hang up first.